Hey there everyone, welcome back to Utility Sports. I literally just wrapped up an 8 hour plus long live stream and immediately there's news, but don't worry, I'm breaking it down in this video. Shams Charania here reporting of ESPN that the Washington Wizards are trading center Jonas Valanciunas to the Sacramento Kings for CD Sissoko and 2 second-round picks, according to, again, ESPN and sources close to ESPN. Now, listen to this. They're going to look at this and say, well, how does this financially work? CD Sissoko's on a second-round rookie pick, rookie deal. And now you look at Jonas Valanciunas, who's making $9.9 million. You might be saying, where's the financial component of this working out? Don't worry. Jonas Valanciunas, as a player, actually fits into Sacramento's newly opened traded player exception, part of their three-team trade that sent De'Aaron Fox to San Antonio, brought Zach LaVine in from Chicago, and sent out Kevin Huerter. The Kings had a $16 million traded player exception. They can fit Jonas Valanciunas in here. CD Sissoko fits back into a Wizards trade exception. The Wizards also clear up a little bit of space. So I think for, first of all, Washington, if you're a Wizards fan watching this, you got to be, first of all, extremely happy. You get 2 second-round picks. The Kings were working with a collection of extra draft capital after trading away De'Aaron Fox. They essentially landed, remember, 5 second-round picks in that trade of De'Aaron Fox, 2 firsts, and Zach LaVine. So the Kings had extra draft capital to work with here. They do cash some of it in for a backup big man. Now, for me, am I the biggest fan of Jonas Valanciunas? No, but he does have experience as a dribble handoff user, as someone who's going to be working and flowing into some of these actions that Sacramento obviously runs a ton of with Domantas Sabonis. Valanciunas was doing the exact same thing last year for New Orleans under James Borrego and Willie Green in a Zoom-styled offense. So I think with that in mind, the fit here does make a bit of sense in terms of his experience, familiarity with this kind of offense. But if you're Washington, again, if you're a Wizards fan, you should be extremely ecstatic about this. My trade grades overall for this situation, which I'm going to give live here in the video right now, I'm very happy about this for the Wizards. Trade grades, I'm going to give this an A+ for the Washington Wizards. All in all, they did a great job in this deal. And for the Kings, I'm going to give this a B+. I think this is creative. Now, again, you're working with pick capital here. The reason why I'm okay or comfortable giving Sacramento a B+ in here, even though I don't think Jonas Valanciunas in a vacuum is worth 2 second-round picks, I think overall the fact that they got 5 second-rounders, 2 firsts, and LaVine for De'Aaron Fox makes me feel comfortable with this overall deal. Now, there are still some flaws with Valanciunas' game, but there are some positives contractually here as well. Valanciunas, I think, is an extremely slow roller, doesn't really provide a lot of rim pressure, doesn't defensively move his feet extremely well. There's lateral mobility questions here. I don't think this solves all of the Kings' issues, especially defensively, but the need for another huge big body in Sacramento was undeniable. And I think you get that here, and it's on a tradable contract, one that can fit into your cap sheet going into next year, and you can later trade Jonas Valanciunas at a later date for a bigger contract. This gives the Kings some flexibility. If you look at Trey Lyles, maybe they're able to retain him this offseason, and now you have 2 contracts that you could aggregate together in future seasons, something that I think gives Sacramento some flexibility moving forward to work with some of the other draft capital they got from San Antonio in the De'Aaron Fox trade. And for Washington, again, it really just centers down on value. Get a former second-round pick in CD Sissoko, who I wasn't a huge fan of, but I do understand some of the allure, the athletic tools that he has. And then with the draft picks, having not 1 but 2 second-round picks for Jonas Valanciunas, I think is incredible value. I would not have expected you get 2 second-round picks for Valanciunas in a deal now. For Washington, a team that's in asset accumulation mode, they got a swap option earlier in the day from Milwaukee for Kuzma. They still have Middleton's contract. We'll see what happens there. They could look to reroute him. But ultimately, this deal, they signed Jonas Valanciunas for essentially free in the offseason, trade him now for 2 second-round picks later. I think just really clever work here from the Wizards front office. Michael Winger, Will Dawkins all deserve some real credit for this. And then Monty McNair, again, I don't love the overall value, but I do think that this financially makes some sense long term, and I think it fits pretty well, which is why, for me, I'm pretty comfortable giving those grades. Again, this is the big news here today for the Washington Wizards and the Sacramento Kings. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more, and we'll catch you in the very next Utility Sports video.